A very good morning, everyone. Myself, Munita, working as lecturer in Government Polytechnic, Mirle. I like to welcome you all for the session 3 on formation of steam. So, these are the contents that will be covered in this particular session. That is, we're going to continue the numerical examples on enthalpy and then let us try to understand the other properties of steam. In that, we'll study in this particular session, we're going to study about the specific volume of a steam. So in the previous session, we studied the various properties of steams like the sensible heat, the latent heat of evaporization, the dryness fraction. The fourth one was which one? The degree of superheat and enthalpy of water, enthalpy of wet steam, enthalpy of dry steam, enthalpy of superheated steam. So these were the properties that we studied or we covered in the session 2. So next what we did, we took a very simple example on how to calculate the enthalpy using the steam table and we solved it. So this thing was covered in the session 2. Let us move on to the session 3. So I have formulated few formulas so that it will be easy for us to recall it. Okay. So the first formula what we required is the specific enthalpy of wet steam. You might ask me where is the formula for enthalpy of water. So you already know that the enthalpy of water will be that is denoted by HF that will be available in the steam table. Okay. So I have not tabulated that particular formula. So let's go for the first one, that is enthalpy of wet steam, that is given by HF plus X into HFG, where X indicates the dryness fraction. The next one is the enthalpy of dry steam. It is denoted by Hg. What is the formula that we have? That you can write Hg here itself. HF plus HFG. So what I'll do, I'll take a pen. You make it here as Hg. So what is the enthalpy of dry steam? It is Hg equals Hf plus Hfg. And this enthalpy of superheated steam, it will be denoted by H superheated, that will be given by Hg plus Cp, where Cp indicates the specific heat of steam, not the water. What is the value of specific heat of steam? It is 2.1 kilojoules per kg Kelvin into T superheated minus T saturated. Shall we recall the formula once again? The enthalpy of superheated steam, it will be given as Hg, where Hg will be equal to Hf plus Hfg. So Hg plus Cp into T saturated minus, T superheated minus T saturated. So next, these are the formulas that required for the today's session, and we know that for the dryness fraction, it's a ratio of mass of the dry steam to the mass of the total wet steam. So we'll remember these 4 formulas for this particular session, and few formulas will be required that we're going to do it on the particular problem itself. So which are the formulas that we're going to remember in this particular session? One is on the specific enthalpy of wet steam, a dry steam, a superheated steam, and the dryness fraction. So this is a problem that is given. Let us read the problem once and try to understand what we need to find out. Okay. So what they are given? They are saying that steam enters an engine at a pressure of 12 bar. So we have a engine whose initial pressure is what? How much? It's 12 bar. with a 67 degree of superheat. This is a point that you have to remember. So what they are telling? Steam enters an engine at a pressure of 12 bar with a 67 degrees Celsius of superheat. It is exhausted at a pressure of 0.15 bar and 0.95 dry. Find the drop in enthalpy of the steam. What they are saying, I'll write just a cylinder and a piston diagram. What they are seeing, the initial pressure which is entering into the engine is P1, which is going out of the engine is P2. So this is the condition what they are saying. I'll take the pen itself, that's better, I think so. So P1 is entering the engine and P2 is the pressure that is going out of the engine. So this is the initial pressure. This is the initial pressure what they have given. So what they have given, steam enters an engine at a pressure of 12 bar. So that will be the initial pressure. So I'll write it as P1 equals 12 bar. With 67 degree of superheat. What is that? They have not mentioned it as 67 degrees Celsius. They have continued the sentence that it's superheat. So what they have given the degree of superheat. The value what they have given that indicates the degree of superheat. So in this particular problem, they are given the difference between T superheated minus T saturated, that is the degree of superheat. Okay. So that was the initial condition. In the exit condition, what they have given, they have mentioned the pressure as 0.15 bar. So it's leaving the system at a pressure of P2. So I'll take it as P2. What they have given? They have given it as 0.15 bar. So while going, the steam has become a wet steam. So we have a dryness fraction. So how much it is dry? It's 0.95 dry. This is what they have given. So when the steam was entering the engine, we had a pressure of 12 bar and 67 degrees Celsius of superheat. That means the steam was in the condition of superheated condition. While leaving the system, it has become a wet steam. So that is a two condition that you have to remember. While entering, it was a superheated steam. While leaving, it has become a wet steam. So from steam table, which is the initial condition for the 12 bar. Let us look at the 12 bar. See the 12 bar. I will draw a line so that will be visible for you people. So for 12 bar, T saturation they have given it as 188. The specific enthalpy is how much? You please note down this value. In the previous session itself, I had mentioned that to bring notes, pen, a calculator, and today I am telling you people, please buy a steam table book or download the steam table book from the net so that will be easy for you people to understand the problems. So these values will be not given in the examination. You have to take the steam table and you have to find out the value of the HF, HFG, everything by using a steam table itself. Okay, so please buy the steam table book or you download the steam table contents, and from the next session you please bring the steam table along with your notes, calculator and the pen. So the initial condition was at 12 bar. So for the 12 bar, the saturation temperature is 188 degrees Celsius. HF is 798.4. HFG is 1984.3 and Hg is 2782.7. So since this problem is oriented in only to find out the enthalpy, it is confined to find out just the enthalpy. I will not look after these values. I'll confine myself in looking only to this particular 3 values. So I'll take only the 3 values or this 4 value from the steam table. So from steam table for 12 bar, these are the specific enthalpy values what will get it. So this is what we have noted down. We have taken the values of HF and HFG. So as I already told you that the steam has already entered a superheated temperature. So the steam what is present in the initial condition is it's a superheated condition. Why I am telling that? They have mentioned already, they have mentioned that 67 degree, the temperature of the superheated steam is 67 degree more than the saturation temperature. When the temperature is more than the saturation temperature, the condition of the steam will be a superheated condition. You please remember that. Hence, the given condition of the steam is superheated. Therefore, for superheated steam, the formula what we have is H superheated will be equal to Hg plus Cp into T superheated minus T saturated. So, from the steam table, either you can write HF plus HFG or directly you can take the value of Hg in this particular place. Okay. So, what is the formula we have? In this particular problem, they have assumed Cp as 2. If they are not given in the examination, you make a note of it that the value of Cp will be 2.1. If they have mentioned it, you please take the value whatever they are given. Otherwise, you make it 2.1 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. So, this is the difference of T superheated minus T saturated, that is 67 degrees Celsius. So, if I substitute all the values, this is the enthalpy of the initial condition, the value of enthalpy in the initial condition. So this what we find out? We find out the enthalpy for the initial condition of the engine. So what was the second condition? I'll see here. Second condition what we have a pressure of exit pressure of 0.15 bar. So now we have to open the steam table and we have to check for the pressure 0.15. So that is what I have taken. For the pressure 0.15 bar, we need to calculate the specific enthalpies. So what is the value of HF we have? We have 226, HFG 2373.2, Hg 2599.2. You please make a note of this. You take down these values in your notes. So at pressure 2, what do you have to write? From steam table, for pressure 0.15, HF equals 226, HFG equals 2373.2, Hg equals 2599.2. These are the values from steam table what we have got it. By looking at the steam table, these were the values what we obtained. So, in the beginning of the problem itself, I had mentioned that the condition of the steam at the exit or leaving the engine is wet steam. Why I told you it's wet steam? Because in the problem they have mentioned that X is 0.95. That indicates the steam which is available at the exit of the engine is a wet steam. Okay, so the 2 points that you have to remember in this particular problem is the initial condition of the steam was superheated steam, because they had given that the temperature of the superheated temperature as it is higher than the saturation temperature. How much? 67 degrees Celsius. It was higher than the saturation temperature. That was the point you have to remember. Secondly, in while leaving the engine, they are given the dryness fraction. So that indicates the steam what we have is a wet steam. The initial steam was a superheated steam. When it flows through the engine, there will be expansion, there will be a work done will take place. Due to this work done, there will be expansion of the steam. So once it is expanded, the steam what we got will be a wet steam. So that is the particular thing what they have explained this particular problem. So what they are given x as 0.95. So since it's a wet steam, I'll substitute h equals hf plus x into hfg. So these two values I got it from the steam table for pressure 0.15 bar. So this is the value of x what they have given in the problem. First you multiply these two values, 226 plus 0.15, sorry, one second, I'll rub all the things. Where is it? I've erased the things. So I'll take the pen. First, you multiply these two things. So you'll get some answer. So you add that answer with 226. Then you'll get this answer. You please work out by using a paper and calculator and verify your answer with the answer what I got it. So next, they have now not asked us to find out the enthalpy, but they have asked us to find the drop in enthalpy. How much enthalpy was reduced when I compared with the entry and the exit. So that is the question what they have asked. So I need to calculate how much enthalpy was it reduced or it was increased. So we know that it has been reduced. So this value what we have got it is somehow around 2111 and the initial enthalpy was 2916. So there is a reduction in the enthalpy. So what has happened? There is a reduction in enthalpy. We can see the values here itself. So we'll how much it has been dropped. So for that I need to calculate the difference. I need to take the difference. So the drop in enthalpy of the steam will be T superheated minus T wet, the wet steam. So if I substitute the values, this is the answer what we'll get it. I think you have understood the problem. So shall we recall it once again? So in this particular problem, they had given two conditions of the steam. One was a superheated condition and another was a wet condition. So they have asked us to find the drop in enthalpy of the steam. How much enthalpy of steam was reduced when it was expanded from pressure 12 bar to pressure 0.15 bar. So for that particular problem, the answer what we got it is 805.7 kilojoules per Kelvin. This was the answer what we got it. So let us move on to the next thing. The second problem. Let us read the problem carefully. Let us read the problem once or twice till we understand the problem what they have given. So in this particular problem, I'll take the pointer, highlighter. They've asked us to determine, I'll read the question once. Determine the quantity of heat required to produce 1 kg of steam at at pressure of 6 bar at temperature of 25 degrees Celsius under the following conditions. When the steam is wet, having a dryness fraction 0.9, when the steam is dry saturated, and when the steam is superheated at a constant pressure 250 degrees Celsius, assuming the mean specific heat of superheated steam to be 2.3 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. This is a condition what they have given. Okay, so let us look at the problem carefully. What they have asked, we need to find out the quantity of heat required. So quantity of heat means enthalpy, remember that. So whenever I say amount of heat or a quantity of heat, that means they are asking us to find out the enthalpy. So in the definition of enthalpy itself, we say that the amount of heat required. Just recall that particular thing. So you'll come to know that if they have asked determine the quantity of heat, then it is enthalpy. If they are asking to find out the quality, then it is dryness fraction. That thing you have to remember. So in this particular problem, what they have asked, determine the quantity of heat required to produce 1 kg of steam at a pressure of 6 bar at temperature 25 degrees Celsius. This is the condition what they have given. What they are asking, they want to produce the steam at pressure 6 bar. So what their condition is, I'll write it here. They want to find out the enthalpy required to produce steam. Okay, so from where the pressure is, we know that pressure is constant. So P in this particular case is 6 bar. So for 6 bar pressure, for 6 bar pressure, what they've asked is we need to find out the quantity of heat required. In this what they're asking, the initial at temperature 25 degrees Celsius, you have to remember this particular point. So while learning in the formation of steam, we used to consider from the 0 degrees Celsius. But in this particular case, what they're saying, already the temperature of the water has been heated to 25 degrees Celsius. That is the meaning. We are not considering from 0 degrees Celsius. We are considering from the 25 degrees Celsius. That is the amount of quantity of heat required to heat water from 25 degrees Celsius to whatever condition. They are given 3 conditions that we need to find out. But remember, it is not from the 0 degrees Celsius. So they have asked us to find out the 3 conditions when the steam is wet, having a dryness fraction somewhere here. So from here to here, I need to find out the enthalpy. What is the enthalpy required to heat the water from 25 degrees Celsius to the dryness fraction 0.9? That is the first condition what they have asked. So when the steam is a dry saturated, so dry saturated means at the end of point C, if you remember the point C. So at the point C, what is the quantity of, or what is the enthalpy that is required to calculate? That is from here to here, what is the enthalpy we need to calculate. So thirdly, they have asked to find out the enthalpy of a superheated steam. That is from here to here. These are some 3 conditions what they have given in the problem. So the initial pressure will be a 6 bar. The initial temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. For this particular condition, we need to find out we need to solve the problem. So from steam table for 6 bar. So for 6 bar, since again this problem is confined to solve the enthalpy, I'll be looking after only the enthalpy part of the steam table. So please open your steam table And for in the pressure table, you see for pressure 6 bar. Okay, for pressure 6 bar, what they have given, it is 670.4, 2085.0, 2755.5. These are the values what they have given. These are the initial conditions they have given. They have given P as 6 bar. The temperature of the water as, the initial temperature of the water as 25 degrees Celsius. In the first condition, they have said that the dryness fraction is 0.9. In the third condition, they have mentioned it as T superheated is 250 degrees Celsius. And lastly, they have given the specific heat of steam as 2.3. These are the given conditions in the problem. So from steam table, so I have taken the three values. One is HF, HFG and T saturated from the steam table. So I'll go for the first condition. So for the first condition, what they have said, when the steam is wet, that is X is 0.9. So you people know that the formula is HF plus X into HFG. This indicates HF and this indicates, I'll write this itself. This indicates, and rub this. And this particular indicates X into HFG. Right. So, but we are heating the water from here. Understood? So, this I need to remove this. So, I need to remove the heat that is required to raise the temperature till 25 degrees Celsius. You have to remember that. So, I need only the temperature that is required to raise from 25 degrees Celsius to the X equals 0.9 condition. So, since it's a wet steam, I'll substitute the value and get the answer for that. So, I'll get the answer for H. It is 670.4 plus 0.9 into 2085. So, as I already told you, since the initial condition, what we have is 25 degrees Celsius. So, I need to remove that particular heat, right? So, what I need to do it, I need to subtract the value from this enthalpy of wet steam. So, for that, so they have given the temperature of the water as 25 degrees Celsius. And so the formula will be, you have to remember this particular formula. It is Cw into Tw, where C indicates the specific heat of water into the initial temperature of water, that is 4.2 into 25. So 105 kilojoules. So if I heated the water from 0 degrees Celsius, then this was the actual amount of heat required, 2546.9. But since I'm heating from here, we need to subtract this portion of the heat that is required. So if I do that, this portion is how much? It's 105. So if I subtract that, so this is the actual amount of heat that is required to raise from 25 degrees Celsius to till it reaches the value X equals 0.9. So I think you have understood the concept, why we are doing in this manner. So similarly, we going to continue to solve this problem for the second condition, which is for a dry saturated steam. Therefore, for dry saturated steam, we know that the enthalpy Hg equals HF plus HFG. So this is the answer. Directly you get the answer from the steam table, or you can calculate by using HF and HFG. Then the same concept will be applied here also. If I am heating from 0 degree Celsius and if I am ending till here, then the value obtained was this much, 2755.4. Since I am heating from 25 degrees Celsius, what I need to do it? I need to subtract this particular 105 particular region. For that, I'll do 2755.4 minus 105. So this is the answered of value of enthalpy for dry saturated steam. I think you understood, right? So let's move on to the next one. So in the next condition, the third condition is when the steam is superheated. What will happen when the steam is superheated? You need to find out the amount of heat or quantity of heat required when the steam is a superheated condition. For that particular, the formula, you have to recall the formula, that is H superheated is given by Hg plus Cp into T saturated minus, T superheated minus T saturated. So we know the value of Hg from the steam table. This is they are given in the problem itself. Again from the steam table, I'll find out the T saturation temperature. Substitute all the values. First, you have to subtract the thing which is inside the bracket. Then you multiply the values of this two with 2.3. Then you add this entire value with 2755. So at the end you'll get the answer it as 2965.16. So this is the value what we'll get it when we heat the water from 0 degree Celsius. So but we are heating from, again I'm repeating once again, we are heating it from 25 degrees Celsius. So I'll subtract 105 kilojoules per kg of enthalpy from the obtained enthalpy. Then the actual enthalpy what obtained was 2860.16 kilojoules. You can write kilojoules per kg. So since they are given it as 1 kg, there is no necessity of writing 1 kg. Even though you write it 1 kg per kg, the answer is well and good. So let us try to recall the problem once again. So in this particular problem, they had given 1 kg of steam at pressure 6 bar and temperature 25 degrees Celsius. They had given 3 conditions. We need to find out the enthalpy when the steam is wet condition and dryness is 0.9. Second one, when the steam is completely dry. The third condition, when the steam is a superheated condition, when the T superheated is 250 degrees Celsius. These was the 3 condition what they have mentioned in the problem. So the initial condition of pressure is 6 bar. So what they're asking, when we keep the pressure constant at 6 bar and we go into heat that water from, instead of 0 degrees Celsius, if we start heating from 25 degrees Celsius, what is the quantity of heat required for this particular 3 conditions? That was the question they have asked in this particular problem. For that, this was the initial condition, or this is the data what they have given in the problem. From steam table for 6 bar, we are going to find out HF, HFG and HG. Then the first condition is wet steam condition. For that, I'll calculate the enthalpy. Since we are heating the water from 25 degrees Celsius, we are subtracting the enthalpy what is obtained for 25 degrees Celsius by using the formula Cw into Tw. and this is the enthalpy of actual enthalpy of wet steam. And for the dry saturated steam, again I'll calculate the Hg and I'll subtract the value from 105, and this is the actual enthalpy or actual heat required. And for the third condition, I'll substitute the value for H superheated, and I'll repeat the same conditions and the same procedure, and this will be the answer what we get it. Hope I think you have understood the concept. So if we continue the properties of steam, next try to understand the specific volume of a steam. You people might know the definition of volume, that is what? What is the definition of volume? What is the unit of volume? What we have? Kg per meter cube. What does meter cube indicates? Mass per? It's meter cube. How can I define it? The volume. So I can say it's a length into breadth into height is called as a volume. So unit is meter cube. So the specific volume indicates for 1 kg. Remember that for 1 kg. So the specific volume of steam can be defined as the volume of unit, that is 1 kg, the unit mass of water or steam is known as a specific volume. So the volume of 1 kg of steam, the volume of 1 kg of steam is defined as specific volume. So then how can I define specific volume of saturated water? The volume of 1 kg of water at saturation temperature corresponding to the given pressure. So the volume of the water that is present corresponding to the given pressure can be defined as Vf. So the volume of 1 kg of water at saturation temperature corresponding to the given pressure is defined as specific volume of saturated water denoted by Vf. Secondly, the specific volume of wet steam. Specific volume of wet steam at quantity X. So the volume of 1 kg of wet steam. It's obvious, right? The volume of 1 kg of wet steam is denoted by specific volume of wet steam, that is V equals X into Vg. Similarly, the specific volume of dry steam is given as V equals Vg. The volume of 1 kg of a dry steam can be defined as specific volume of a dry steam. So then lastly, the specific volume of superheated steam. The volume of 1 kg of superheated steam is defined as specific volume. So whenever I say a specific, it clearly indicates that volume is, we are calculating the volume for 1 kg mass. That is a meaning, and we can be determined. So till now I used to say that Vf, Vg, something like that. But we know that this superheated steam obeys Charles' law. That is, volume is directly proportional to temperature when pressure is kept constant. So the superheated steam obeys the Charles law. So according to Charles law, we are going to calculate the volume of the superheated steam. So the volume of superheated steam, that what I said, according to Charles law, the volume is directly proportional to temperature when pressure is kept constant. So V by T equals constant. So if I say the initial condition as V dry by T saturation, that will be equal to V superheated minus T superheated. So by using this condition, we'll find out the volume of the superheated steam. So the volume of the superheated steam is how much? T superheated minus T saturated into Vg. So in today's topic, we solved two problems on finding out the enthalpy, and then lastly we find out what are the formulas or what are the abbreviations that we come across in finding out the specific volume, and how the Charles law is applied in calculating the V superheated. So these were the topic that we had covered in this particular session. So I have given a problem in the assignment. Please download the notes and you try to solve the problem that is given in the e-content of the notes. That's all from this session. Thank you. Thank you.